So I'm going to give you a little tour of the mechanical yard. This is a chiller that sits right next to this air handler outside. It's a pretty big air handler. This air handler has a VFD. This is a supply fan. There's a VFD for the supply fan. Right now it's running at 28 hertz. This is the disconnect. So you turn this to the off position and it shuts down the whole VFD so you can work on it. These are the chill water pumps. That's a buffer tank. The two pumps that feed the chill water to this air handler right here. Down there on the side you'll see the two valves that that open and close to allow chill water or heating hot water into this air handler. And it also feeds heating hot water into the building for the VAVs if there's fan coils in there. These are the isolation valves here, and this is the, like I said, the valve that controls the chill water or the heating hot water to the coil. One thing with these air handlers, they have a safety, and they have this chain that goes up to this box right here. So to open this door and go inside, you gotta unscrew this all the way out, and in doing so you actually stop the VFD from running. It's a safety. This is the supply fan. Alright, you got your outside air or filter rack. These are all the filters. In here you have this is your outside air. So the supply fan is drawing air from the outside. This is actually economizer. This is your outside air. So there's two chambers, see? 1 and 2. This is the outside air. This is the one that's always open. And the middle we have the return air damper. So right now we're in economizer mode because we have the outside air damper open and the return air closed. So we're drawing 100% outside air. This is why the filters get dirty. Which makes sense because right now we're close to the ocean and the ambient temperature is around 65 degrees. So we don't need to use as much, we don't need to cool down the inside air as much. So this chiller runs for a little bit and then it shuts down. So in here I already took off the bolt, and this is for the return air. And this is the return air fan. This is a airfoil type fan, and is attached to a motor using a belt. This is the fan pulley, and that right there is the motor pulley. This is the motor. And another thing, since we're economizing, the exhaust fan damper is open, so all the air that's coming from the building has to go somewhere. It can't go through here because we're economizing, so we can't run the air through. So we gotta exhaust it. We gotta take it out through here, okay, to relieve some of the pressure. And see, the VFD turns off when you take this bolt auto here. So in here there's some contacts, and once you screw it back on, it's a long bolt, but once you screw it back on, the VFD will turn back on. Still turning. So still turning, but I'm almost there. So it's all the way in. I close this, close the bottom one, and now the VFD turns right on. Okay, so again, this is a safety. So in case you want to go in there and work on the motor, it'll shut down the unit for you. And this is the return air VFD. And this is the return air chambers. This is the other side of what we were looking at earlier. You can see that those are the bearings. Those are the ones you need to grease. So you need to come in here and put your grease gun in there. I know it's a mess. These guys need to clean the grease around it. And the other cool thing about it that this has a motion sensor for the I guess it's for safety. But it has two sensors that detect the motion on the fan. The other component that's here is a heating hot water boiler. This is a Hearst boiler. It's a pretty big boiler. If you ever want to check the flame, what it looks like, it's a peephole in there. You go in there and look at the flame. This is natural gas. This is a 300,000 BTU per hour boiler. This is a control box for the boiler, and then there inside is the Honeywell controller. Obviously it's off right now because we're barely going into the winter season, so they're left off, but they're really not supposed to be off because it's a reheat system, so it's supposed to be on. There's the stack. This is where the flue gases go up and out to the side of the building. You can see on the outside, guys, this is the outside air intake. For the one on the right is the outside air that stays always open. The one on the left is the economizer, and that's it. It's a mechanical yard.